To be effective, drills should be progressive. Start with a simple drill. Once your crew has experience, you can create more complicated scenarios. Build their confidence and then throw in curves to make the drills more challenging. Be safe. Don't endanger the crew during drills. No running. Guard open hatches. Ensure no one does anything to hurt themselves or others. Build teamwork. All hands, including the master, should practice in the drills. Cross-train so everyone knows each other's jobs. Drills should build teamwork in your crew. Be positive. Drills can be a welcome break in your crew's routine. Make the drills fun. Don't use drills to harass, intimidate, or frustrate your crew. Debrief. Drills should end with a debriefing. This is a chance for everyone to speak up and improve the station bill as needed. Log the drill. After the drill, complete a written log entry with the date and the participants.
It's in the middle of the night. We're halfway across the Bering Sea, which is about 100 miles offshore. Weather came up. Punched a hole in the boat with the anchor, believe it or not. Boat basically filled up full of water and sank out from underneath us. It went down and away we went. Nobody got hurt. It wasn't that scary because we all knew what we were doing. We'd done drills in the on a regular basis.
Now let's go through the 4 required drills. Drill 1, fire. A fire at sea is your worst nightmare. It can expand 25 times in the first minute and 100 times in the first 2 minutes. At sea, your crew is the only fire department. For drills, use a red rag or strobe lights, or even a cardboard sign to simulate smoke and flames. Put this in a high-risk area when ready to do drills. When they find the simulated fire, the crewman shouts "fire drill" and the drill starts.
Oh, fire drill! Fire drill! Fire drill, still fire!
It is critical to alert everyone on board. Maneuver right away to minimize wind on the fire and hit the general alarm. Radio power may also be cut off, so give a mayday as soon as possible. To prevent a false mayday, be sure the mic is not keyed during the drills. A messenger should communicate between the wheelhouse and the firefighters.
Rick, back me up!
I'm backing you up, Julie.
The firefighters should always have a backup and use the right extinguishers. Shut off all fuel and electrical power and close all ventilation to isolate the fire. Make sure everyone knows how to do this. Early intervention is critical. Don't breathe the smoke. It's probably toxic. Stay low for best air and visibility, and use a self-contained breathing apparatus if available. Remember, crew with self-contained breathing apparatus should always work in pairs and wear fireman's outfits or protective clothing. Firefighting gear should be accessible, in good working order, and located away from potential fire hazards. Do regular boundary checks to prevent the fire from spreading. If you find new hot spots, remove safety gear and flammable materials.
Oh, let's get this gas can out of here.
It makes sense for the deck hose to be long enough to reach any potential hot spots.
The bulkhead cooled off.
We're doing good. We're going to get this fire out.
Look for fire hazards and ways to improve response. Be prepared to abandon ship if the fire can't be controlled. Account for all crew. After the drill, do a debrief and ask questions.
So how'd we do on that fire drill, Skipper?
I think we did really well. I was really pleased with the way you grabbed that gas can and got it away from the fire area. How about the water hose? Was it long enough?
We had plenty of fire hose to come back from the bow, so I had a lot to work with. It was no problem.
Yeah, good job backing me up in the wheelhouse.
Thanks. Yeah, I might have been a little quicker. I think we might need to move that extinguisher up out of that hatchway a little bit so we can access it from the bridge.
Were all fire suppression and alarm systems in working order? Was the fire monitored for reflash? Was survival equipment protected from the fire? After the drill is debriefed, make sure the gear is checked for damage and properly stowed. Don't ruin your gear in a drill. And don't forget to log the drill. Drill 2, man overboard. Almost 1/3 of all fishing fatalities in the U.S. are the result of people falling overboard during normal vessel operations. Rarely are they wearing a life jacket. Practice greatly improves your chances of quickly and safely recovering anyone who falls in. There's no sense taking risks just for a drill. Start the drill by throwing a buoy, a milk crate, or anything that floats overboard.
Man overboard drill, starboard side. Keep your eye on that milk crate and keep pointing.
Milk crates, unlike buoys, float low and are hard to see, more like a person in the water. Use a strobe light for night drills. Let the crew know this is just a drill. Make sure whoever sees the person go overboard always keeps them in sight and points to them. They should immediately throw a marker, sound an alarm, and say what side of the vessel the person fell from.
Starboard side, 100 degrees.
A messenger should relay the man overboard's location, what the crew is doing, and steering directions as needed. Remember, a man overboard drill is more important than just returning to the spot in the water. It is of vital importance that you rig a way to recover someone quickly and safely. If you use a rescue swimmer, they should put on an immersion suit and use a line to tether to the vessel. Whoever is on watch maneuvers the vessel and marks the position electronically. Have the crew practice a simple circle turn if visibility is good. Try another drill in poor visibility. Try a Williamson turn to put the vessel on a reciprocal course.
I'm gonna grab a gap. Okay, you know, if this was the real thing, I wouldn't be using a gap. I'd be using the lace like it's right over there.
After you've finished the recovery, it's time to debrief. Was your recovery device accessible and ready to use? Did your crew put themselves at risk? If an extra person was available, did they help? If you gave the man overboard crate or buoy a medical condition, how did the crew react?
We need to discuss how we treat someone who's severely hypothermic.
Well, we're going to have to get them out of their wet clothes. We're going to have to get them wrapped in a warm blanket.